The deep sea, a realm of perpetual darkness, is home to some of Earth's most bizarre ecosystems. Here, at depths exceeding 1,000 meters, bioluminescent organisms create eerie displays of light. Hosts like fish and crustaceans navigate this harsh environment, unaware of the silent invaders lurking nearby. Pressure here reaches crushing levels, and temperatures hover just above freezing. Yet, life thrives, adapted to extremes through slow metabolisms and specialized senses. This is the stage for one of nature's most unsettling dramas: parasitic control. Parasites like Cymotha exigua, the tongue-eating louse, begin their invasion subtly. They enter through the host's gills or mouth, using hooked appendages to anchor themselves. Within hours, they sever blood vessels to feed, secreting anticoagulants to ensure a steady flow. Remarkably, some species mimic the host's tissue to evade immune detection. This initial attachment is painless. The host remains oblivious as its body becomes a battleground. The parasite's size can reach 3 centimeters, dwarfing smaller hosts. Once attached, parasites manipulate their hosts with terrifying precision. Cymothoa severs the host's tongue muscles, replacing the organ entirely. Others, like Ophiocordyceps, alter neural chemistry to induce erratic swimming, making hosts easier prey for the parasite's next life stage. Studies show infected fish exhibit 70% slower reaction times. Some parasites even override circadian rhythms, forcing hosts into exposed daytime activity. This behavioral hijacking marks the transition from symbiosis to slavery. Parasites drain hosts systematically. The Saculina barnacle, for instance, absorbs nutrients through root-like tendrils that spread into the host's body cavity. Infected crabs stop molting and growing, their energy diverted to the parasite. Microscopic analysis reveals host tissues atrophying by up to 40% within weeks. Some parasites secrete enzymes to liquefy host muscles for easier absorption. The host becomes a shadow, emaciated yet kept alive just long enough for the parasite to reproduce. In a grotesque evolutionary strategy, many deep-sea parasites castrate their hosts. The Rhizocephala barnacle injects chemicals that dissolve host reproductive organs, redirecting 90% of their energy to parasite egg production. Infected males even develop female behaviors, grooming parasite eggs as their own. This ensures the parasite's offspring dominate the next generation. Genetic studies show some host populations have 30% lower fertility rates due to parasitic castration, a silent crisis in the abyss. Some parasites turn hosts into living nurseries. The Saculina forces infected crabs to release pheromones attracting mates, not for the crab, but to spread parasite larvae. The crab meticulously aerates and cleans the parasite's egg mass, mistaking it for its own offspring. Even more bizarre, the parasite alters the host's hormones to match its reproductive cycle. This manipulation is so precise that crabs instinctively protect parasitic young until their own deaths. At the extreme end of manipulation, parasites induce true zombification. The Phronema amphipod hollows out salps, gelatinous hosts, and pilots their bodies like living submarines. Others, like Leucochloridium, force snails to expose themselves to birds, their final hosts, by pulsating brightly through the snail's eye stalks. Neurological studies reveal these parasites hijack dopamine and serotonin pathways. The host's free will is erased. It becomes a flesh puppet in the parasite's life cycle. These parasitic relationships ripple through deep-sea food webs. Infected hosts comprise up to 15% of scavenger diets in some abyssal zones. Parasites also alter predator-prey dynamics. Zombified hosts often cluster near thermal vents, creating unnatural feeding grounds. Climate change may exacerbate this. Warming oceans increase parasite metabolic rates by 20%, accelerating host depletion. Some researchers speculate parasites act as ecosystem regulators, culling weaker species to maintain balance. Modern ROVs, remotely operated vehicles, now document these interactions in 4K. Researchers at the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute have identified 12 new parasitic species since 2020. Lab experiments reveal parasites can detect host chemical traces at 1 part per million. Some species even switch hosts mid-life cycle if conditions change. Yet mysteries remain, like how Cymothoa perfectly mimics a tongue's function without neural input. Each discovery rewrites our understanding of parasitism. The deep sea's parasitic puzzles are far from solved. How do parasites navigate the abyss to find specific hosts? Why do some evolve to kill quickly, while others prolong suffering? Recent DNA studies suggest certain parasites share genes with their hosts, hinting at millennia of coevolution. As technology advances, we may find these relationships are even more complex than imagined. For now, the abyss keeps its secrets, reminding us that nature's most chilling horror stories are written not in fiction, but in biology.